in the heart of a bustling railway station. Amidst the chaos of hurried footsteps and echoing announcements, sat an old man. His clothes were worn, and his eyes held a quiet sadness. Every day, he would sit in the same spot, his hand outstretched, surviving on the kindness of strangers. He believed he was just a beggar, with nothing of value to offer the world. One afternoon, a sharply dressed man in a tailored suit walked past. His shoes were polished to a mirror shine, and he carried an air of confidence and success. The old man, seeing a potential benefactor, extended his weathered hand and asked, "Sir, could you spare some change?" The businessman stopped. He looked at the old man, not with pity, but with a steady, thoughtful gaze. He didn't reach for his wallet. Instead, he leaned in slightly and said something that would forever alter the old man's life. "My friend, I believe in one simple rule, the law of exchange. You must give something to receive something. What do you have to give me?" The old man was taken aback. "But I have nothing," he stammered. "I'm just a poor beggar." The businessman's voice was firm, yet not unkind. "If you have nothing to give, you have no right to ask. I only believe in exchange." With those words, he straightened up, gave a slight nod, and continued on his way, disappearing into the crowd. The old man sat there, stunned. The businessman's words echoed in his mind long after the trains had come and gone. "If you have nothing to give, you have no right to ask." For days, he couldn't shake the phrase. He looked at his empty hands, at his worn-out clothes. Was it true? Did he really have nothing to offer? As he sat in his usual spot, lost in thought, his eyes wandered to a small, neglected patch of earth near the tracks. There, pushing through the gravel and grime, were a handful of vibrant, resilient wildflowers. An idea, fragile at first, began to bloom in his mind. The next morning, he did something different. He carefully picked a few of the wildflowers. When the first person dropped a coin into his bowl, the old man didn't just nod in thanks. He reached out and offered them a single, beautiful flower. The person was surprised, then smiled warmly, accepting the small gift. He did this for every single person who gave him money. The change was immediate and profound. The interaction was no longer one of pity and charity. It became a transaction, an exchange. People started giving him more money, not less. They weren't just giving alms to a beggar. They were buying a moment of beauty, a small token of nature from a man who was offering them something of value. A powerful realization washed over him. He looked at the flowers in his hand and the coins in his bowl. He wasn't a beggar anymore. He was a trader. He was a businessman. This simple shift in perspective changed everything. He started taking more care of the patch of wildflowers, watering them, and ensuring they flourished. Soon, he had enough to offer a small bouquet. His income grew. He bought better clothes, ate better meals, and the sadness in his eyes was replaced by a spark of purpose. 6 months passed. The old man was no longer sitting by the tracks. He was standing, with a neat cart filled with beautiful, fresh flowers of all kinds. He was preparing to board a train, not as a resident of the station, but as a traveler. He was on his way to a new city to expand his thriving flower business. Just as he was about to board, he saw a familiar face in the crowd. It was a well-dressed businessman. This time, it was the flower seller who approached the businessman. He walked up to him, a confident smile on his face, and held out a perfect, deep red rose. The businessman recognized him instantly. He looked at the man before him, no longer a beggar, but a proud entrepreneur, and a wide smile spread across his face. He reached for his wallet, but the flower seller held up a hand. "No, sir," he said, his voice clear and strong. "This one is not for sale. This is a gift, a thank you for the most valuable lesson I have ever learned." The businessman accepted the rose, his eyes filled with admiration. He simply nodded, understanding everything that didn't need to be said. As the train pulled away from the station, the former beggar, now a successful businessman, looked out the window with a heart full of gratitude. He understood the profound truth that had set him free. Your life is shaped by how you see yourself. Change your mindset, and your future will change. You always have something of value to offer the world. You just need to find it, believe in it, and share it. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that can help you change your perspective and unlock your potential. We'll see you in the next video.